There's a wall of ice in Antarctica. Governments around the world all agree. No one goes there. It's not because it's cold, it's not because it's dangerous. It's because what's underneath it no one can explain. A research team, equipped with the world's top detection equipment, dived 1,300 meters down and filmed for over 1,000 hours. The very first image they captured left everyone in total silence. A group of 50-ton sperm whales hung motionless, upside down, suspended in the water like nails. What are they doing? They're sleeping. Sperm whales have the largest brains on Earth 5 times heavier than a human's. What do they dream about? To this day, no one knows. But here's what's terrifying. They only sleep for 6 to 24 minutes at a time. Meaning, while you're staring at them, they could wake up at any second. Guess how fast the crew's hearts were racing. But that's only 20 meters underwater. Going deeper is the real forbidden zone. The probe moved down along the ice wall. At 100 meters underwater, the iceberg finally ends. You think an iceberg is just a chunk of ice floating on the ocean, right? Wrong. Only 10% of it is above water. The other 90% is hidden below like a giant knife stuck upside down, piercing straight into the sea. At 100 meters deep, the ice wall is covered in honeycomb-like marks, as if something chewed it away, bite by bite. Can anything live down here? The answer, not only yes but way more than you can imagine. At 200 meters underwater, sunlight is almost completely eaten by darkness. This zone is called the twilight zone. Logic says no light means no life, right? But when the spotlight turned on, everyone was stunned. A storm of krill slammed into the camera, millions upon millions of tiny, transparent shrimp, no bigger than a fingernail. In minutes, they completely surrounded the probe. How many are there? 700 million tons. Put that in perspective. 8 billion people on Earth, that's nearly 100 kilograms for every single person. They are the food supply for every giant in Antarctica. Whales, seals, penguins all depend on them. You think ocean kings eat big fish? Nope. They live on these tiny transparent creatures. But what really gives you chills is an underwater garden nearby. Those things that look like coral. They are not plants at all, they are ancient creatures called feather stars. They swim with dozens of fuzzy tentacles, like open ghost hands, grabbing and drifting in the water. How long have these things been on Earth? 400 million years. They were here long before dinosaurs even existed. Tell me this place is normal. The probe kept going down. At 500 meters underwater, we entered a whole different dimension. First, a living bag appeared. Its body is transparent like jelly. A full 3 meters long, just a giant cylindrical sack floating in the water. A white shark swam by, and next to it, the shark looked like a tiny eel. Then came a swordfish with eyes as big as tennis balls. Why such huge eyes? Because there's almost no light down here. It has to hunt with the tiniest glow. Imagine trying to catch cockroaches in a dark basement. Most people use a foam flashlight. This thing has 2 searchlights built in. But the craziest one is a squid that looks like a strawberry. Look closely at its eyes. One big, one small. The big one always looks up, the small one always looks down. Why? So it can watch for enemies above and prey below at the same time. Biologists named it simply and brutally, the cross-eyed squid. Think that's sci-fi enough? It gets even more insane. A barrel-eye fish appeared. At first glance, it looks like it has a sad face with 2 dark, hollow eyes. But notice, those 2 holes are not eyes, they are nostrils. Where are its real eyes? Inside its head. You heard that right, its head is transparent, like a glass dome. Inside are 2 green orbs, those are its eyes. It put its eyes inside its skull and turned the top of its head into a panoramic window. It can see everything up, down, left, right without turning. What kind of alien design is that? At 800 meters underwater, the real sea monster appeared. A giant phantom jellyfish, over 20 meters long, slowly drifted out of the darkness. 20 meters. That's a 6-story building. Its tentacles stretch over 10 meters, floating like ghostly claws from hell. Its whole body is a deep, eerie red. One look and you know this thing doesn't belong on Earth. To this day, humans have only seen it about 130 times. Capturing it on film is like winning the science lottery. But it's not even the scariest hunter here. Also living at 800 meters is the colossal squid, 2 meters long, 50 kilograms. Fishermen call them man-eating monsters. They hunt in packs, like wolves. Their tentacles are covered in barbed suckers. Once you're caught, you're basically done. Even scarier, when food runs out, they eat their own kind. They filmed one squid strangling a smaller one to stay hidden. It even shot ink to cover itself while eating. Did it help? Nope. A bigger squid burst out of the dark and took both of them. You think the deep sea is quiet? It's not. It's a lawless killing field. We kept diving. In the muddy basin, 1,000 meters underwater, we found king crabs. But these are nothing like the ones you see in Japanese restaurants. In Antarctica, they have no natural predators, so they grow ridiculously huge. Leg span, 90 centimeters, shell, 30 centimeters wide. One leg alone is a full meal. But no one dares catch them, because 100 meters deeper is a place humans have never truly reached. The deep sea midnight zone. 1,300 meters underwater. Sunlight is completely gone. You think it's dead silent and empty. It's more alive than anywhere else. Only they don't communicate with sound, they communicate with light. 93% of deep sea creatures glow. There's an anglerfish with a little lantern on its head, flashing on and off, luring prey close. When the prey gets near, gulp. Gone in one bite. It's like someone in a dark alley holding up a sign that says free Wi-Fi. You walk over, and you disappear. Then there's the fun-toothed fish, covered in pressure sensors, the slightest movement in the water, and it knows exactly where prey is. What can its prey do? Only one trick, shoot out glowing, fluorescent ink to trick the hunter into lunging at nothing while it escapes. In this world of eternal night, light is language, light is weapon, light is the only way to survive. But the most unbelievable of Alice the siphonophore. It can keep cloning itself into countless tiny individuals, then string them all together. Guess how long the longest one can get? 120 meters longer than a football field. It barely ages, it barely dies. Is it one animal, or 10,000 animals connected together? Scientists still argue about it. When the probe finally touched the seabed, something unforgettable appeared. It was snowing underwater. Not real snow, organic debris drifting down from the upper ocean, falling like clouds. For millions of years, this marine snow fell 1.6 kilometers and built the seabed we see today. And right as the mission was about to end, the seabed suddenly erupted with huge methane bubbles. Tests showed extremely high concentrations. Even more amazing, surrounding the bubbles were microbes called methanogens. These things can survive in temperatures dozens of degrees below zero, no oxygen, no sunlight, and surrounded by toxic gas. When scientists saw this, one said something shocking. If they can live here, they can live on Jupiter's moons. Have you ever wondered why we're so desperate to find alien life? Maybe it's not because we're lonely. Maybe it's because still don't even understand the planet we're standing on. 1,300 meters under Antarctica's ice wall, creatures beat with light, fight with poison, live forever through cloning. They don't need the sun, they don't need oxygen, they don't need anything we take for granted. For billions of years, they've just lived, no questions, no need to be seen. How many things on this planet have humans never seen? I don't know, but I know this. This planet is far more alien than we ever thought.